Is Santa Fe's only low barrier shelter about to be put out on the street? Last Friday, right before the start of the 3-day weekend, the Interfaith Community Shelter, aka Pete's Place, got wind of a troubling rumor.
We were able to look up the agenda on the Santa Fe City Gov site, and we did find that there is an executive session specifically citing our location. While we still don't know exactly what is going to be discussed in that executive session, the sense we've gotten is that it is to determine whether or not to essentially let our lease lapse and then, I guess, force us out of this location.
And when would that take place?
We haven't heard anything directly from the city. We're not really sure, other than our understanding is if this decision is made, we'll get 30 days to move out.
This news all came in on Memorial Day, which should have been a much-needed break for their volunteers and staff.
Honestly, it's very hard to not get emotional about it because I had to talk to my staff yesterday. We called an emergency meeting. It was a really difficult day to let them know that we may potentially lose our location and even potentially disband the agency.
Why do you think this is happening now and in such a discreet, non-public way?
I think, in my humble opinion, is to not get a community response and not have the community demand answers as to why this is happening. We met last Thursday, nothing was mentioned. My understanding was that the meeting felt very collaborative. We have completely agreed with everyone of like, yes, we need a new location. And we've actually been actively working on that. So part of this was disheartening because the city's well aware. And the goal for us was to work on this collaboratively.
You've been trying to address the concerns from the neighbors.
Absolutely. There is a challenge of what people see outside our gates versus what happens inside our gates. But I also have to acknowledge, like, I have no authority to tell anybody what to do outside our gates. That is a city issue. That is a police department, public safety. That's the challenge of we are low barrier. So we are going to serve the people who are the hardest to house, but really also most in their addiction and mental illness.
What would you like people to do at this moment?
Just support. Contact, obviously, city councilors and mayor and saying there has to be a better, more inclusive and transparent plan. We're encouraging everyone to show up. I don't know if you all are aware of our origin story, but it's faith leaders that came together and said, people are dying on the street, we can do better. And that's how our organization was born, very locally from amazing leadership in the city of the Holy Faith.
The closed-door executive session is taking place tonight at City Hall, 200 Lincoln Avenue at 5 p.m. You can submit a public comment, contact your city councilor or the mayor. Let's not leave Pete's Place out in the cold.